First of all, we would like to say thank you for Abbeal and to Montreal React group, meetup group, for letting us present our, I would say, research and thoughts on React and VR. Yes, thank you. Okay, let's start. Right, let me introduce my partner. So, if code would be a magic, he would be a Dumbledore, meeting the digital wizard of computer engineer for over 10 years of turning code into the magic. He is Mozart of JavaScript, the Shakespeare of Python, and he knows HTML, CSS, and TypeScript as fluently as his native Spanish, English, and French. So meet Jose Miguel Garcia. Yeah, I guess you can present me.
Yes. Sure, colleague. Okay. Attention, Montréal. Merci encore, Abbeal, pour nous accueillir. Merci à tous pour être ici. Et merci, Dara, pour donner l'équipement qu'on a aujourd'hui. So, pour Dara, Nuruz Mubarak, Salam Salam, Chetori, Dara, wherever you are. We will start with.
Was it already my camera?
Yes? No, I will start quickly. Just for wrap it up, it will be React 360, also called React VR, and then we will move to React XR, and then we will share some solutions that we don't have the possibility to research,
right.
You know. And it will be examples for each of one. It will be discussions. It will be pro and cons. And this is a safe space for you guys, for us. We are here because you are here. Okay. Imagine.
Don't forget to introduce Oleksandr.
Yes,
imagine a developer that can be both a dancer and developer at the same time. He's agile by nature. He's flexible, so he's already know all Scrum. Please, Oleksandr Shyryayev.
Thank you. Let's go back to our presentation. Well, first time I was introduced to VR, it was back in 90s when I was still a child, and so it was through that movie. Can you guess the name of that movie?
No more.
That's it.
Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, that's it. It was a great movie, except for this thing, when you die in the VR, you die in real life, except that this is amazing movie. So yeah, that's when I start to think like VR, it's interesting thing, and now we can actually, with our technology we have right now, we can actually experience the things which were kinda in that movie, except like I say, dying in the VR. Yeah. Well, enough with the nostalgic thoughts. Let's go back to our presentation. Well, let's start with the history. In April 2017, Facebook introduced React VR on F8 Developer Conference. React VR is a JavaScript framework that enables development of virtual reality experience. Do somebody know what Web VR is? Well, yeah. So well, for people who doesn't know, I'm gonna explain. Well, Facebook is integrated established technology like WebVR and WebGL into platforms. The WebVR API allows developer to interact with virtual reality devices through the web. Meanwhile, the WebGL API enables the rendering of 3D graphics directly in compatible web browsers without the need for plugins. So that's what it is.
Are these technologies standard or Facebook only?
Well,
we know that there is a completely space for WebGL, but we're not gonna go into the details.
Okay.
right.
Just Facebook.
Yeah.
So, can I continue?
Yes.
Thank you. WebVR API was first conceived in spring 2014 by Vladimir Vukicevic, right, from Mozilla. WebXR is an API designed to enable web applications to interact with virtual reality and augmented reality using devices such as HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, Oculus Quest, Google Cardboard, HoloLens, Apple Vision Pro, yeah, Magic Leap, and my favorite one, open source virtual reality. Right, so it's an evolution of the Web VR API, expanding its compatibilities to include AR experiences alongside VR, developed by the Immersive Web Working Group of the World Web Consortium, so short for W3C. WebXR aims to make immersive experiences more accessible across various platforms directly through the web browsers without needs to download specific app software. So basically that's what it is. Now a bit about WebGL. So WebGL is a JavaScript API for rendering interactive 2D and 3D graphics with any compatible web browsers without the use of any plugins. It is designed and maintained by the non-profit company which calls Kronos Group. WebGL programs consist of control code written in JavaScript and shaders code written in OpenGL ES shading language. And yeah, so that language is basically similar to C and C++. Well, what is React 360? So first it was officially announced the same place, yeah, F8 in May 2018. The transition from React VR to React 360 represent an evolution of the framework, aimed to improve the creation and performance of immersive experiences of the web. Well, so React 360 has been built on React and React Native, as you can see in my presentation. React 360 framework supports Android and iOS systems. Developers already familiar with React can easily create any application using React framework. Well, React 360 utilizes similar principles and development patterns found in React, such as components, state management, and the props. This familiarity significantly reduces the learning curve, allowing developers to leverage the existing knowledge of React's ecosystem and practices to create immersive VR experiences for the web. Well, so React differences between React VR and 360. If we compare React VR to 360, the two frameworks seems very similar. The upgraded version simplified many processes by reducing the amount of manual work. For instance, it became easier to place 2D UI elements into 3D environments. Furthermore, Facebook's teams improved the performance of all components, which significantly eased the development process. Well, if you would like to develop application using React 360, we wouldn't recommend that. And we're gonna explain why. What we recommend to use to develop application, it's this next stack. So this stack consists of 3GS. It's a library for 3D graphics. React 3 Fiber is React renderer for 3GS. I think it's Deutsch, right? It's a collection of reusable components for React 3 Fiber. And React XR is a collection of hooks to help you build XR experiences in React 3 Fiber application. Later we're going to use it React XR, the stack. Well, now we're going to show you some applications, how they actually run in VR. And my colleague Jose going to help me.
Yes. I want to wrap up with something that we're gonna have with, wrong hands.
All right.
Yes, thank you. And remember that there is still a solution that we didn't say in this presentation, and it's about React Native and make a progressive web app with React that actually run in this kind of web browser.
All right, 1 second. Can everybody see what I'm doing?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're moving windows.
Right, sorry.
Yeah, I have nausea, remember.
The monitor, désolé. Are we good with time? Yeah. So I think this is gonna be new Apple Watch.
Yeah, very nice Apple. Very nice.
Monitor again.
Infinite keyboards.
Wait, wrong page. This one. Right.
You think it increases your typing speed?
I think we're ready. Right. So what we're gonna show first?
Yeah, first we're gonna show the approach, that wonderful approach, but it's not React. It's just a framework that runs in HTML. In case that you have the opportunity to check it, it names it A-frame, and stop playing with the
Sorry.
too much. And this framework have very nice experience because it can render also in normal browser and in the VR browser.
All right. So this is A-frame, basically, right? And let's see how it's gonna look in VR.
Take a while always.
Yeah, to a bit to load the
Maybe.
application.
Yeah. Pray for no, the thing not to explode in your head.
All right, so as you can see, it's fully VR application. I can, like I'm inside fully immersive application. In this demo, it's basically the movies of Hayao Miyazaki, I suppose. Right?
Yes.
Right.
We will not show you the code for this, but you can check it. It's pure HTML components with a lot of properties, and it's actually kind of easy to build this kind of simple experience. I think that it gets hard if the experience starts with, okay, I want to walk, I want to another interactive or another 3D models.
Who does like movie from Hayao Miyazaki?
Everyone
All right.
Let's pass. to
Let's
the-
see another application. So this application is used, we used React XR stack.
Yes, this is React XR stack. We built it in the Finsemen the weekend, and it's just a scaffolder. It's
It's
the starting
just
point for you
demo.
guys to start developing actually a good EX experience. This is not mean that it is not good, but this is like the hello world of VR. So it's very nice. I have some point I will recommend to improve, and that's it. It's good for a hello world and for a starting point.
So we can use actually the triggers, changes the color every time you go over this box. It gets
Those
bigger. So yeah, you can see it's 3D. I don't have to go out of my boundary, désolé. Yeah, so again, immersive application. Now,
React 360.
pay attention. So, just to be clear, this is the headset developed by Facebook Meta, right? This is the framework used by Meta. How do you think this application would look like? So this is the code again. We're gonna send it in the chat of the Montreal React Montreal meetup group.
It's ancient code. Be careful.
That's it. That's what it is. This is 3D application, the 360. It's not actually 360, it's 2D, 2.5D. It cannot be fully immersive with this kind of headset.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's
yes,
it.
it is what it is. It just turn your web browser into a 3D experience.
but now I'm gonna explain more why is that like that. Right. Thank you, Jose. So basically we had some problems, and I would like to explain why this happens. So the first problem is the only you need for this kind of application to run in the headset, you need to have a special browser. In the Meta universe, this is the MetaQuest browser, which is basically only accessible on the headset which are not connected to PCs, because you don't need, that's what they thought, you don't need browser because you connected to PC, you can use any kind of browsers. So this is the first problem. I mean, it would work fully immersive if you would use Oculus Quest 1, 2, or 3. As soon as you connect your Oculus Quest 3 to the PC, somehow it becomes like what you saw right now. The second problem with the React 360, this library is not supported anymore. So it's only in the read
Post.
Yeah, it's post for development. So last update was in 2020.
Only read only.
Read only, yes. And we faced a lot of problems, like we had problems with the version of Node. So the latest version of Node, it would have a lot of problems. So which we used Node 8. It's also a suggestion for the version Node 10. But yeah, if you would like to try it, so use the Node 8, we suggest. Or you can use already developed application through the website, through the GitHub. Yeah.
Or if we are wrong and we are doing everything wrong, just tell us.
Right. Okay, now interesting thing. So just imagine, right, the huge company with a huge budget, millions of dollars, right, investing into the marketing. What do you think the future of the developing VR application would be? Like my opinion would be like you can create maybe probably nice like a game, right? Or maybe gallery where you can, let's say art gallery, you can walk and see stuff. Or maybe you can create like application for the for
Education doctors.
Right. Okay. Now let's look what actually Meta suggests you can use VRs for development. So this is official website documentation. So I'll read you what's written. Oculus Quest offers powerful 2D multitasking capabilities in your VR home environment that enables users to defy the limitation of physical 2D screens by providing more space, flexibility, and portability that traditional desktop computers can't. So basically, what I see the future of VR is basically creating 2D application. That's the best solution for creating best application. It's VR. That's my assumption. I could be wrong. About 360 React, I have idea maybe they do another version of it. Maybe they develop in some other some library or something. React 540 or I don't know, React XR maybe, Super XR. Let's see, future will show, right?
Yeah,
Do you want to say something?
Okay, yeah, I want to wrap up. Some of the troubles is most about you guys imagine have your simple page application and try to integrate with this kind of experience. It will be tough if there will be two versions of Node. So think about it. Basically that, and for the 3D is very nice to work with 3D, but you will start getting problems as soon as you use your own 3D models. So also I face that problem in the industry. Anytime you can ping us, we have the code public, is free to use. I have to put some comments in the README, sorry, I didn't have time. But as soon as I get something better, I will update the repo.
But you forgot to say about part 2. If you like our presentation, we can maybe do some other presentation in VR, maybe in depth, to tell you more about certain applications, certain libraries or frameworks or something. I hope that can happen in the future. And for now, thank you so much for being here and supporting us. Thank you.
one question. So you said that like React 360 is deprecated,
Yes.
or read-only, but how is it for like React VR, React XR, things like that?
It's a work in progress for a guy that is called Oleksandr.
No, but like because the 360 is deprecated, but we were using React XR. Why
Yes.
is this work and another thing
Yes,
doesn't?
it's open. It's normal repo is updated. I think that the last commit was 8 months ago.
So it's possible to do
Yes.
VR in the browser.
Yes, XR though. You
Yes,
have to use the
but
start.
you need I forgot to tell you that you need an emulator because it doesn't run in the normal browser. It's just an application for VR.
Oh,
It's weird.
Did you answer your question?
yes, no, so that's my question.
All right. I'm sorry.
Sorry, but it's clear.
No, so I mean, React XR
Yes.
is not working at all in the
No,
request.
XR is working with a new Node version. Yes, because of the stack. I don't know. Yeah, right.
But in the browser there is no Node.
Yeah, it's still developed. Yes, but 360 stopped
Yes.
development. Yeah. Yeah.
So, new thing. This is a mic that we can throw around. So the idea is that if you have a question, I will throw that to you. Catch it. No, the only idea of giving you the mic when you ask questions from now on is so we can have the sound on the recording. You want first and second. That's the rest.
Thank you for the presentation, very cool. You mentioned something about walking, like not being able to do stuff walking and making it interactive. Is that just for the presentation, or it's a limitation that you can't read?
No, you can make it.
Okay.
You can make it walking. Yeah, it's just like I choose the small area where I can actually move. I actually make. I mean, it's the feature of the headset. You basically put safe zone, and if you, let's say, don't want to break your window, you can see that you're coming out. It's just for me today. I made a small zone because I didn't want to break anything. So yeah, but you can actually create a very interesting app. I think it's in the old port. There is some kind of presentation. I don't know if it's still going on about the pyramids in Egypt. They actually create the path where you can actually walk in VR as well and as well in the real life. So it's another version with the wind, and then you can touch the walls. So there is, I think, a lot of possibilities. Just use your imagination, and I guess, yeah.
The goal is to find the treasure.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Hey, since this is already running in the Oculus and it's leveraging on JavaScript libraries, would this be possible to run in the new Apple Vision on Safari? Have you ever thought about that?
It would be so nice if we could actually have it, right? Because it's expensive headset, but I bet we can try. If we can have it physically, maybe we can manage something for the next time. But
you can pass a hat tonight and maybe you will.
right. I didn't think about that. Thanks.
That is a good question because we didn't put the can I use as a slide, and it's basically everything red.
Yeah. The thing is, this was already in the browser, right? We were just using the browser Google for that. So I guess if you have access inside of your VR for the Google browser, you can, or any other browser which supports VR or the WebXR, you can actually. I guess that would work. Definitely, yes.
Or using the Xcode emulator, right?
Yes, I guess, yeah. But another thing is, like, if you would like to run it, like we also tried it using Visual Studio Code. This I cannot say because we didn't have chance to try.
More question? Yeah, maybe pass it.
All right, I guess that's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.